let's talk about our partners or our choice of partners and why it's important to be quite selective. If you're a person that has a lot of self-love and a lot of self-worth, you are going to be choosing a partner that is going to be a direct mirror to yourself. Many people, unfortunately, they allow the chemical of their brain, and they call it love, to just get married or commit or choose a partner that is not in the best condition, let's say. And why do people go on about to choose faulty partners? If you yourself have not managed to understand the cause of your being and why you attract a person that is making your life difficult, it means that you have yet not understood things about yourself. If you are the type of person that is always assigning blame to your partner, you have still not understood where you play a role in the relationship. You are too busy pointing fingers to the other person, but if you take a look at the rest of the figures, they are pointing back to you. Everybody is responsible for themselves. If you're not responsible for yourself, the way you project stuff, the person that you're going to be encountering across you, they're just going to come and reflect that back to you. So if there's things that you dislike about yourself, the other person is going to show you those things. It might be a little bit subliminal, so you might not really see it. You can just have the feeling that it brings out an emotion within you. The people that we come across and our partners, they're going to elicit a lot of emotions within us. It's trying to get the person's attention to address a certain matter. And usually most people, they don't self-reflect. A relationship is brought into your life to bring you lessons, to make you understand more about yourself. You are both there in order to be able to help one another. And most of the times, you end up becoming enemies to one another because you don't have a way of finding a common ground to solve your problems. You are conflicted within yourself, so there, conflicts are bound to happen. When we're experiencing conflicts and when our body becomes stressed, that can lead us to a lot of illnesses and even diseases. Reasons of people getting sick is mostly psychological. If you are a person that has needs and you are not able to get the needs from somebody else, your body becomes extremely stressed and things start to get out. Whether that's going to be your emotions, like your anger, like your frustration. Eventually, if the needs are going to continue not to be met, it can go to extreme situations where you can get ill. It's a direct correlation to the internal world. Apart from genes, environment, and all of that, if you're not resolving things in your life, or if there are things in your life that you are unhappy about and you're not managing to deal with those problems or fix those problems, what's going to happen is your body has to go through a shock. People are blind. They're blind to see all of the problems in their life. An event like this needs to occur, and it can do either two things. It can either trigger a person to start healing and start questioning, why did I get this illness? Why am I the way that I am? But there are other people that have far beyond gone that are never going to address the stuff, and they're going to continue to be getting sick. They do not themselves want to take the time to discover, where do illnesses come from? Why do they develop into what they have developed? Usually people blindly trust the doctors of the society, and I'm not saying that some doctors are not good, because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be where we are today in our world, because we need doctors in order to prescribe when people are not feeling well, when they don't have another avenue. But there are also other ways that you should know that if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not managing your stress very well, if you're not attending to all your problems, then you're going to start having problems. And this is real stuff. It's not just, oh, it's in a human's nature to be always getting sick. Sure, as humans, as we are prone in this world and it's full of bacteria everywhere and it's full of all these different things, we are all prone to getting sick. But we should not be getting sick on a constant basis. So a typical thing that a healthy human can experience is usually, that usual cold that you go through, the sneezing that you go through, a little bit of a backache here and there. But if it's something very, very unhealthy and you're not feeling a lot of the times not well, that is a red flag that you should look into it. You have to see where the root comes from. You need to start attending to the spiritual things in your life too. You have to address the mental side of you and the emotional side of you. What areas have you been neglecting? What can you do to improve a situation? And that might entail to start getting educated about the potential of a human. What is a human? And why are we here on earth? Why are we going through what we're going? There's lots of books out there. There's lots of educational content. And I invite you, if you're going through things in your life, it's really crucial that you start to get educated. And you need to understand that the more stuff that you get to open up and to read, and the more understanding you're going to be able to have about life. You can't just expect magically things to go away from your life if you have not put in the time to research stuff and see what life is all about. And there's wonderful geniuses out there. So many people with a lot of knowledge that can give you things and to bring into your awareness new knowledge that you never knew before. Always be open to the possibility that there's a different reason why things are happening. You have to take a different approach to the way that you think. Change perspectives, question your beliefs. You need to know what beliefs are and where do the beliefs come from. Because it's not just something that you wake up one day and you have that belief. You got it from somewhere and you need to understand why you have that belief. In addition, in which ways can you find to change the beliefs that you're putting out there? Because if you're in a mental state that you are always in a stress mode and you're always negative and you're always a person that can't find solutions and you're always caught up on the problems, well, guess what? That's what you're going to continue to have in your life. Now, I'm not saying that bad things don't happen in life. We're all going to go through ups and downs, but there's a difference in the way that you're going to approach it. Even if bad things do happen into your life, you need to understand that if you continue thinking about all those bad stuff that happened to you, you're going to get more of that. And in addition, you need to understand that even if you do get sad, even if you do feel that you're not all right, how is that thing going to change by you continuing perhaps to be guilty about it or feeling sad about it? The emotions are just going to continue to be there and they're going to get you in a rut much more. You've got to find ways to turn things around, because when a problem comes into your life, your lesson there is to be able to find a solution to your problem and not dwell on your problem, right? You've got to switch from your feminine side and be able to go to your more masculine side and be able to make decisions in your life. And alternating between the two. There are times that you're going to get sad. There's no problem to cry. There's no problem to face what you're feeling, because it's perfectly normal to have feelings and to get stressed. But you need to understand you cannot stay there forever. You've got to eventually solve it, right? We don't want to stay stuck in situations where we are unable to help ourselves.